Nova, what you cooking, man?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Iron Minds with the crew, Pedro and Michael and Nick and myself. How's it going, fellas?
Good morning, everybody. First Iron Minds of 2026.
Let's
go. Fired up.
Well, my morning is officially getting better now.
Let's go. First of all, before we start the show, I want to shout out to my friend Sarah Nichols, wearing the Sarah Squad sweatshirt today. Unfortunately, she's dealing with some brain cancer and not doing well. But you know what? Makes me so thankful for all the days that we all get when we can do stuff like this. And this walk today, this morning, is for Sarah and her family. Good to be here. Pedro, what's up, my friend? Getting that Texas sunrise coming up soon?
Yeah, no, our sun don't rise till like about 7-ish, but I'm doing fantabulous, man. It's good to be here with you gentlemen. First true week of 2026, right? We're locking in, putting our nose to the grindstone, keeping up what we left off in 2025, and just trying to keep that momentum going, man. I went to the doctor yesterday and I gained 3 pounds, man. So I'm on them. I feel horrible about myself. I gained 3 pounds. No, yeah. I'm doing great,
Pedro,
man. I'm doing great.
Pedro, we gotta talk about your 2025 though, because you made some incredible strides in 2025. You know,
I did. I did. I actually, Lombard stole my post idea. Oh, freaking Lombard. Dude's always, I swear that guy's always in my head. I'll make a post, and I'm like, I was literally just typing this out. So, yeah, man. No, I did, man. Actually, I sat down, man, like earlier this week. It was just reflecting on 2025, and I was like, what was like the greatest thing to happen to me in 2025? And I was like, oh man, I went to all these great truck shows. I met all these great people. Like, I was going through the year over in my head, and I sat there and I came to my weight loss, and man, like I thought about all the things that I accomplished this year and how I've done a complete 180. And man, that's the biggest accomplishment of 2025 for me. And I think for anyone that had a great health breakthrough, that should be your greatest accomplishment. Like in my post that's going to go up today, I said something like, it's not that I do this so I look good and I'm not fat. No, I just do this because I want to live longer. And the years that I do have left, I don't want to be confined to a chair or not be able to move and enjoy life with my wife and my children and my grandchildren as they get older. And for me, that's the greatest thing of this year. I'm on a better path to enjoying a longer, healthier life. And I'm happy about that.
That's right, dude. Hey, that's what matters. Like you think about just those moments that are coming up, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, man, when we have grandkids, I want to be on the ground, man. I want to be rolling around. I want to be picking them up, throwing them in the pool, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like, you got to think about that stuff now to project that for the future, because it'll be here before we know it, It'll be here quick.
Yeah, too, man. And I think something else that we tend to not think about when it comes to health, a lot of people, unfortunately, it's like me. They wait till they go and they have a bad doctor's appointment, or they're in their 50s and they're like, oh man, like, I can't even bend down and touch my toes like I used to. And, and they don't think about the simple things of benefits of health. And I think Nick does a lot of this stuff, but just like the movement things, man, I feel as we get older, you should just be doing activity, man, whether you're skinny and you're healthy or not. your joints and your muscles, they still need to move. I mean,
Yep.
I read a study some years ago that said that the average life of a person after retirement is like 5 to 7 years.
Right. That's right.
It's because they just quit. They just stop.
Right.
They stop getting up at 5:30 every day. They stop doing all these things outside, and they just want to sit down and do nothing. And their body just kind of says, "No, I'm done." And so I think it's just important just to move, man. Just to move as you get older, so you can do those things you just talked about, Trey.
Yep. My goal for 2026 is really simple. There's other things I want to do, of course, but my number one goal is this: it's 5K a day. I'll either walk, jog, or run 5K every day. That's it. If I go more of that, that's great. But that's the minimum in 2026 is to get on this treadmill or to go outside or whatever and get at least 3 miles of movement in for the day, and everything else is bonus after that.
It's a great frame of reference. I put it in the newsletter last night. A lot of times when it comes to resolutions, people want to raise the ceiling. They set the ceiling when really what you need to do is set the floor. So it's setting the bare minimum of what you need to do, and it's like one of those one daily goals. It could be, I have a bunch of friends now who are doing the 100 push-ups a day. They're going to do 100 push-ups a day, spread out throughout the day. They can do 10 here, 10 later on, 10 whatever. They're doing that. So when you set the floor of no matter what, I'm going to do this, and when you start small of just whether it's, and you said 5K a day, that's in, and I was talking to an Orange Theory member about this too. Like, yeah, they have a goal of 850 miles this year of running or walking. Like that's because they did 800 this year. So it's just like running or walking. This is what I'm going to do. And that's outside of their regular step counts. That is like intentional, like setting aside doing that. So when you set the floor of, I'm not going to do that, that means if you miss the workout or if you have a meal or if you have a glass of wine, it doesn't matter as long as it's still the day has been won when you set the floor and you follow through with it.
Yeah, I love that. And think about that. It sounds like a lot, 860 miles, but it's really 2.5 miles a day, roughly 2 to 2.4, something like that, whatever it is. Like it's not insurmountable. It's pretty easy to think about that. You can walk 2.4 miles in about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And so I think you're right. Like you set the floor, you set the baseline, you build up from there. And I'm excited about that. Good morning, Clint. Clint's with us this morning. Good to see you, Clint. How's your New Year's going, my friend? Good to have you with us this morning.
Yeah,
Clint should be around somewhere like 3 months. No smoking. Congratulations, Clint.
Dude, congrats, Clint. Let's go. Extending that life out, man. Let's go.
Clint's going cold turkey. I got to get, the power of social media is something that's really cool. There's a gentleman I connected with on Instagram. His name's Marco. He owns a box truck company out of Chicago. And he's recently started rolling strong. He's cut himself off. I think he's got a week cold turkey, no cigarettes. He's doing an 8-kilometer race in March in Chicago that I think I'm going to be joining him at because of. So I mean, there's power in whatever that story is. So Pedro, I know you think I might have stole your post, but post your testimony too. We need to be flooding the networks.
Messing with you, man.
Yeah, no, we need to be flooding the networks with this.
Yeah,
good
this
stuff
is something we can't see enough of. Like Rob Carpenter had a great post out the other day.
His is what made me do it, Nick.
What's that?
I said his post is what made me think about mine, man.
I mean, it's on, and what you said a little bit ago is 100% true, because I think about this often because I'm one who puts tangible, objective goals on a lot of things. But to be honest, a lot of them are metaphors for just the who I want to be and the way I want to live. And so at the end of the day, right, I want to be happy, joyous, and free. I want to be active. And so I am a guy who responds well to having targets and working and developing towards something, which is why I like the racing and endurance life. And it's something that keeps me drawn to it. But the goal is that I am simply able to be active, happy, joyous, and free as I get older. And with the number of chronic conditions that I have, I'm not playing defense. I'm playing offense. Right. And good habits are a gateway drug because it starts with walking. It starts with walking. And the next thing you know, you join a 5K. The next thing you know, you're like, I'm really going to take a look at my eating habits. Hey, maybe I shouldn't have so much sugar. Maybe I should start eating better at this. Maybe I'll sign up for a bigger race. Maybe I'll start caring about probiotics and I'll look at my sleep. And the next thing you know, you're looking at all areas of health and fitness.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not somebody that's really big into New Year's resolutions, but if you are into New Year's resolutions, which is fine, the way to actually make sure that you follow through is to tell people about it. Like put it out, put yourself on blast, put it out there to people around you, put it out there on social media, and hold yourself accountable to following through with those kind of things. That's why I just wanted you guys to know I'm going for 5K a day this year, and I want you guys to say, hey, you guys, have you done your 5K today? What'd you do today? That kind of thing. Jeff says he's starting with a total flush, drinking lots of water, making it a dry month. And he's looking into Tai Chi, which I'll tell you what, Tai Chi is a good workout, man, especially for older men. A lot of good things going on with that. So good morning, Jeff.
Good breath work there. Yeah, appreciate Jeff jumping on. I was gonna say putting it out there is a huge thing. Like again, we talk about social media, and I know that a lot of more people consume social media than use it, but this is why I think it's important that everybody does kind of use it, where even if you're not active on it, again, yeah, if you want to follow through with these New Year's resolutions, if you hold yourself accountable by going on there, gritting through it, and saying, like, say you're doing dry January. I know I got a couple friends who are doing 60 days. They're doing 60 days of no alcohol to start off the year. If you just make a video of like, hey, it's day 2, I went to work, I did this, and that, it doesn't need to be freaking dialed up, picture perfect content, but if it's just you doing that, and yeah, when you declare it, when you announce it to the world, that's the reality you're going to create. Like you can write down that resolution and keep it to yourself. If you just do that, I'm a big manifesting respecter here. And if you're just writing it down, holding that resolution to yourself, and you're trying to live it each day, it will be a lot harder to do. But when you start speaking it out loud, telling your friends, going on social media, talking about it, it will start to become your reality because you're going to feel accountable.
Not only that,
right.
Because you saw I posted I'm going to do a weekly, Iron Man with diabetes and POTS video. Maybe people watch it, maybe they won't. Part of it's for accountability, but the other part is that I'm not the only person ever to do it. Somebody else will too. Maybe I can encourage and inspire someone else. Maybe I can rally support. So when I do think I'm by myself, alone, can't do it, there's so many good things that can come from putting it out there. Not just the accountability, but you build your tribe around it. And then the more powerful thing of all is you get to inspire and encourage others to do the same.
That's right. Iron sharpens iron. We talked about. It's like you got to have other people who are willing to, smash up against you and sharpen you, and refine you and do those kind of things. But you can't do that if you don't share it with somebody or have somebody else come alongside with you, which is huge. Another thing that I've done historically in my life is I really thought about what word do I want to focus on this year. Last year, the word that I chose was focus because I felt like I was doing way too many things and I was doing them all mediocre, and I wanted to really focus on one or two things. And it made 2025 such a better year for me, with work, with family, all those kind of things. And this year, the word that I've chosen to focus on is no, because I need to keep learning how to say no to things. I need to say no to the things that are bad for me. I need to say no to things that are good that are not great, because good is the enemy of great. And I just say yes to too many things. And so my word this year is no. Might sound negative, but it's exactly what I need this year.
Mine's breakthrough.
Huge power in no.
Huge power, no. And you got to say no to certain things in order to be able to say yes.
Yeah, when you say no to something, it allows you to say yes to something. And every time you say yes to something, you're actually saying no to something else.
That's right. So I'm just thinking through all the word that I've been really thinking about. I've been reading a lot in Romans and a few other areas of the New Testament. One word that keeps coming up to me is this word obedience or discipline. And something that I just want to ratchet up in my life. I want to be a more disciplined person, have more obedience to the word. That requires you to say no, because this world will throw a lot of opportunities at you, good and bad. And, get in the habit of saying no. That's going to be something really important for me.
Oh, especially in modern society, you think compared to back when the New Testament was written, like we have infinite things to say yes to distract us, to keep us not obedient to the good word. That's why I put on my Instagram story yesterday. I had to do with my post. And we were actually talking about a word for the year last week. Nick was, and I think the word is definitely choice. Like talking about that idea of excuses being choices. When you dial back everything, like when it comes to your excuses of reasons like why not to show up, why not to go to the gym, why not to get that walk, why I'm going to eat this crap meal instead of cooking something myself. When you boil it down, it is solely a choice. Yeah, it's like sometimes people get to the end of a long week. It's Thursday, Friday. They really need to unwind, or I really need this drink. I need to go out. That you are willingly making that choice. You're willing to make that choice. You're being disobedient to yourself, saying, "Yeah, I'm going to do this." And the thing is, there's nothing wrong where if after a long week you do want to go out for a beer or what have you, but when you compound and you make that choice over and over and over again, you're going to wind up not being where you want to be. You're going to wind up not looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel. You're not getting yourself closer to God. You're not improving yourself or sharpening yourself to be equipped. So that way at the end of long weeks, because the goal is you don't want to feel like crap at the end of long weeks. And if you are at the end of your work week, like just feeling so drained and so depleted, it is because you're a product of the choices that lead you that way. You should be energized at the end of your week. You should be excited. You should be happy. And if you're not, you have to change and make a choice on your current situation.
Yeah.
And
And the great thing about
the end of the
choice,
show, just drop the mic right there.
we're done. Well, the great thing about choice too is that it doesn't matter what choices you made in the past. You get a new choice today, and you can start making a different choice today. Like it doesn't matter what's happened last year or even this week already started. You can start making a good choice today.
That's part of why my word this year is breakthrough. And
I love that. I saw that post you put.
Yeah, so many. I had chat make that image for me. And a lot of it has to do with just mindset and even breaking out of my old choices. The things that, yesterday's habits, yesterday's rationale, yesterday's ceilings and limits that I put on myself. That is why I am accustomed to making some of the choices that I do. We make choices based on our reality, not on our opportunities. We often make choices based on our limits and not on our capabilities. So I want to make all those things like, why not me? Why can't I? I want to level up in every area of my life. And that goes to my choices, the small ones too. And it actually has to remind me that, last year was Thrive. So great, I'm grinding. If I wanted a little extra sugar or whatever, it technically didn't interfere. But if I want to break through in the various goals, it means that I need to raise the standard. I need to enhance my discipline and focus on it. I need to talk about it and share about it more. And it really is it's uncomfortable. I have to sit in the uncomfortableness in order to do it, because I have to do things in order to break through. I have to get out of that mentality of, this is what I do. It's okay. I have these things that are bad for me still. Well, no, I want to break through. I want to get out of that next thing. It's time to level up.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Jacqueline. You go by Jackie or Jacqueline? Let us know about that. And I would also say, what's your word this year? If you're in the comments and you've thought through a word you really want to focus on this year, throw it in the comments. If not, think about it this week. We come back next week and tell us what your word is. So, yeah, Jeff, good advice. He says if you're going to try to do a 5K every day, try to stay off the pavement. Yeah, Jeff, I appreciate that. I like running on football fields up by the school and my treadmill, which is usually a lot better. So it's all good. Oh, Jackie says, so right. I am making some major changes too. Jackie, tell us about that. We get Jackie on the show, and she goes by Jackie. So love it. Love it, Jackie. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good power of social media again too. This is a good chance for taking 2026 is a good chance of cleaning up. A lot of times we've been my wife and I have been talking about decluttering and freeing up the space, especially if it's around your house. And there's a huge it affects the energy that flows through your body when things are really cluttered in your house, and that could be true for how you're utilizing the internet. And so I'd highly encourage people again. So my algorithm in general, my algorithm works for me. I'm inspired by it daily. My realtor, my good friend who's a realtor, again, he's all over my social media feed. Just recently ran an Olympic qualifier in the marathon at CIM in Sacramento. Wow. And I'm seeing his story. And this is a guy, by the way, his name is Mitch Ammons. 10 years ago, he's addicted to heroin. Now he's qualifying. He has an Olympic qualifier in the marathon, runs a 2-hour, 14-minute marathon. And so it's that's what fills my timeline. So if your timeline is full of just identity politics and polarization and extreme echo chambers, like you have to willingly delete those things for as the rage bait accounts. And when
Yeah.
when you declutter your social media feeds and add in, and you're just following Nick and me and like these other kind of like athletic, when you just follow athletic influencer types, that's going to become your algorithm, and it's just going to make you want to be better, especially as when you start hearing their testimonies. Decluttering, your internet, your algorithm will work in favor for you, because we are products of our environment, and we're going to make choices, and our choices are going to be easily made based off of our immediate environment. If our immediate environment's negative, you're going to make negative choices.
So true, man. So true. Social media is something where we're probably not going to get rid of it. It's hard to be off of it completely. So when you are on it, why not be inspired? Why not have the people who can inspire you?
Sorry, I was just the amount of time somebody is telling us to get off social media, they're saying it on social media.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Logan's 100% right, dude. If you're not using social media right now, you're not living in the same world as everybody else. Like you're not on some higher plane. You're simply missing out on all the world's available information. And Mike's right. I'll tell you what, man. I actively curate my feeds. And I have a rule of thumb. If you post about stuff that I don't want to see, would I invite you to my birthday party? If the answer is no, I don't need you in my feed unless I like your content. It's not petty. It's my feed. It's my reality. I want to see
taking ownership over your community.
Training, educational resources for things that I need, positivity, and dogs. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, because like our social media feed really is in many ways a part of our community. It's not our whole community, of course, but it's a part of our community.
Yeah.
It's like, who would you, I love that. That's such a great idea. It's like, would I invite you to my birthday party or to hang out with my family? And if the answer is no, well, maybe I shouldn't be, watching what you're doing on.
I mean, I can stay connected to you so long as what you're providing out in the world is providing value to me, But if it's negative and it's bringing me down, like, why am I keeping you in my world?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, good morning, Chris Thomas. Is Chris Thomas going to be out at Manifest this year with us? That's what I want to know, because I need a Chris Thomas hug, man. That's what I need.
He sure will be.
Bear hug in my life.
Chris Thomas and I are going to be I'm going to get in his truck and we're riding out to Manifest.
Yeah, baby.
Together. So we're going to be pumping some content. Speaking of making content,
nice.
That's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to link up with him week before. We're going to be rolling strong all the way out to Manifest.
And the new Mac, baby. The new rig.
Yeah, we're going to have some action.
I love it, dude. I am tempted to jump in with you. Oh my gosh, that'd be so much fun. I've told Chris before, when he comes through St. Louis, I need him to pick me up and take me somewhere. I don't care where. I just got to go somewhere.
Mike, I just want you to know that's what you have to title that week. The week of Maction. In every video, that's what it has to be, dude. You've got to do that. Oh, man.
Week of Maction. I bet my neighbors,
I probably just woke up half my neighborhood. I laughed so loud when you said that, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for it. I got to make some running content too, because I'll be quote unquote tapering before Austin Marathon. So I'll definitely be getting some good old fashioned OTR running content. Yeah, dude, back in Maction. I'm freaking stoked.
Chris,
for
I got an idea.
Chris,
all right, from the Ridge, Chris. Chris has to come to St. Louis from the Ridge, pick me up, go down to Austin. I'll ride with him there. Then I'll fly to Manifest from Austin, and you guys can have the rest of the week. Come on, Chris.
And here's my idea. At Manifest, we should have Lombard pull Chris's truck.
Who's gonna carry the trucks?
Some world's strongest man stuff over here, bro.
Who's
we definitely have to have a karaoke night again. Chris Thomas, man, that guy's got a voice, man. He got pipes. So we have to have another Manifest karaoke night. We had one last year. It was unbelievable. So good. So good.
Yeah, that was the 2025 highlight right there. That was probably the most solid way to kick off the year, was that freaking karaoke night in Vegas.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make that happen again. I'm gonna have to send out some emails and see if I can get some people committed. That'd be good. Oh, Chris, come on, man, you can figure this out. he thinks it'll be a stretch logistically. There's nothing that's a stretch for you, my friend. You know?
Yeah, he's the king of freight. With conferences coming up though, there's been quite the trend on social media that I think really started last year of people, people have been talking about how they've changed up their conference routines with getting movement. I saw Project 61 at Women in Trucking, even Manifest last year. I remember going and getting a run with a bunch of guys, but there was at Broker Carrier Summit in Indianapolis, there was a lot of people, especially after, an incident, I believe at an event last year, who were very keen on changing up the kind of the narrative of what conferences are supposed to be like for the industry. And people are saying, it's different, switching up happy hour for the walk and everything. So there's definitely some momentum rolling into these conferences, I think, in 2026 that's changing the game.
Yeah, love that. Love it. Oh, Chris says he's doing some squats with stretch this morning. Attaboy. Dude, stretching is no joke. Like this, the older we get, man, stretching is so good. I do a lot of stretching whenever we're binge watching TV now. I get off the couch and just stretch for 15 minutes while you're watching something. So easy to do. So easy to do. Hey, the other thing I do is like I love watching football games, NFL, playoffs are on right now. I started doing this week and I loved it. I walk on the treadmill to watch the game. And then during the commercials, I crank it up and run because I wanted to jog and see how it felt. Man, it felt so good. And I was telling you guys, I got a little running today or last week. It was so great. So
back in May for BCS, I really, really, really did not want to have to go to my note cards. And so I rehearsed about 1,000 times from memory. And I did most of those while riding my bike.
Yeah.
I would just get on my bike or doing housework. That's another great way to rehearse a speech.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. So cool. Well, we got Bulk Freight Conference this week starting Wednesday. I'm excited to MC that. Love working with Jared Flynn. He's such an awesome guy. And Tyler Allison and the crew down there at Bulk Loads. Great people down there in Springfield. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've had to start reading through and memorizing all the intros for all the speakers that are coming up. So I'm kind of in the same place, Nick. Getting ready for that.
Well, you got the walking machine to do it.
I know. We also do. We got an elliptical now too. So our treadmill actually died in December, and my daughter was like, "Dad, can we get a treadmill? I really want a treadmill." So obviously these things can be really expensive new. Went on Facebook, found a treadmill and elliptical, $100 total. They were just trying to get rid of it. I'm like, this thing's super quiet, works great, and so we really scored big this winter with new treadmill and an elliptical now. So we've got plenty of opportunities to do some motion.
People don't understand the power of elliptical. I never used to either because it just seems so stupid, and it's either really easy or really hard, it seems. But like, it's such a really good low impact, like
right, good on your joints.
A lot of elite marathoners will tell you that's when they're not running, they're on the elliptic go, which is like a bike, an elliptical bike, basically.
Right, you can crank up the resistance too, so you can make it pretty challenging. But yeah, it's pretty nice to have.
Like Meb, that was his go-to, and he would like.
Yeah, I set it up here in the basement we got a TV down here in the basement. I set it up in the basement where you can be here, you can do yoga, you can stretch, and you can watch the TV. So it makes it pretty brain dead to come down and just get some activity and get some exercise in, which is awesome.
I know, especially for Jeff is anti-pavement when it comes to all that running and stuff. He's definitely got it. But I tell Jeff, I gotta link Jeff up with this lady who's 65. She's had 2 knee replacements. She went to Kona, and then 3 weeks later went to Florida last year. So I mean, it's all about if there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Goggins doesn't even have any knees left.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get that way, but you know what I like about that though, man, is he always tells you like you don't have to do that. This is what I do.
Right. That's what I always loved about P90X. If you do P90X workouts, they say, hey, set your own goals, And when people set their own goals, they usually hit them because it's their goal, as opposed to somebody else telling you how many reps you need to do or how much weight you need to do. And I always appreciated that about P90X. They're like, hey, set your own goal and do it. And if your goal is 5, then do 5. Maybe you get 6 in. But set a goal and hit that goal. Don't do what we're doing just because it's what we're doing. And I always appreciated that. That was good.
I might need to find. I want to find a P90X guy.
Dude, I got the original P90X videos, man. They were awesome back in the day. You know, it's the first time I ever did yoga in my life was P90X, and I remember the first week that I was all in on P90X, how sore I was by Wednesday night, Thursday morning, just so sore. You know, you got shoulders and back, you got plyometrics, then you got arms, shoulders, bi, and tri. I remember by Thursday morning, dude, I was so sore, and it was yoga, and I never done yoga in my life. It's an hour and a half of yoga, but I was all in. And I did it, and I remember that day, Thursday, I had no pain all day, no soreness, no nothing. The yoga just took it all away. It was amazing. It's crazy. Learned a lot that day. So,
Dude, power functional fitness. I know I took one reformer Pilates class at Solid Core, and my hips were so open. I felt like I was in like middle school. It's wild.
Right. Yeah. It's like, wait, where'd the pain go? What happened? It's crazy. All right, everybody. Listen, hey, our 30 minutes are up this morning, but our focus is still on movement this year. So make sure you get out there and get it. Make sure you share your goals with people. Find your tribe. Find your group, as we say on the show all the time. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Make sure you got your tribe. Make sure you're getting sharpened. We'll see you guys right back here next week on Iron Minds. Peace out, everybody. See you guys.